Is it multiplayer or is it still single player? Damn. When it goes multiplayer, it's going to be awesome. I'm ready for mods. Yeah.
In Bethesda.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Southern Fried 272 at Darlington, South Carolina. You want me down, dog? Oh, go get her. Hold on. I'm your host for the night, Mark Mudslide Holyfield. Be bringing you the final championship, final playoff race before the championship next week. Here with the Quick Finisher Racing League. These gentlemen are racing to get the last four or the final four for the championship. And I'm trying to change the TV screens and everything. So tonight we have roughly 11 drivers here in Darlington. And I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit. So, here in a second we're going to go in and talk to each of the drivers, see how they're feeling about the track and everything. But before we do that, I'm going to make sure I've got my trading paints updated, because I think they've each got their own paint schemes running, and I want to make sure we're running the right paint scheme for tonight's race. So this is a 200 lap race on the 1.36 mile track at Darlington. This track will be heating up throughout the day. They're going to be driving into the sunset and coming out for the nighttime. So the current temperatures of the track, let's go ahead and take a look. It is currently 78 degrees, 50-something degree, or 50% humidity, partly cloudy, though it doesn't look like any clouds are out there. Current track temperature is 83 degrees Fahrenheit, and these gentlemen are trying to put down some rubber on the track. So, our playoff standings are as follows. Give me 1 second to pull it up. The top 8 drivers who are trying to advance to the Final Four are James Nelson, Larry Stubblefield, Colton Lanford, and Gregory Smokey Robinson. Those are the top 4 drivers. The 4 drivers trying to advance are Justin Smith, Kenneth Pack, Tyrone Yo, and Curtis Sovereign. Curtis has to win to be in. Actually, it looks like Justin Smith, Kenneth Pack, and Tyrone Yo all are winning in as well. So Colton Lanford is on the cutting edge along with Gregory Robinson. So we're going to see how they do tonight and how everybody handles this track. Now we'll go in and talk to the drivers and see how they're doing and getting along. Good evening, gentlemen. Are y'all ready for tonight's race?
Nope.
No.
Somebody spilled grease or something all over this track.
Rocker Birds come by and left a bunch of shit on it.
Is it giving everybody a hard time in any of the certain corners, or is it just the entire track itself?
Well, I would say primarily it's all of them. Everything. Every square inch of this track is horrible.
It's not horrible. It's the greatest.
I'd rather the race here than most everywhere else.
Now, with it having 2 different type corners, at 1 and 2, and then at 3 and 4, is that giving y'all a lot of problems on entry and exit?
Not unless you get them mixed up in your head.
Yep. If you do that, you're screwed.
That's a noob move. Most of us aren't that new. When the sun's in your eyes, slow down earlier.
Now, I'm looking, is the number 5 a white and blue car?
Yeah. Boone.
Okay. I'm making sure because I just uploaded trading, or refreshed my trading paints, and I'm making sure. Who's driving the pink? Or who has a pink colored pit box? Oh, it's Boone. It says.
Smart.
Well, no.
The only one that's pink.
Boone's car wasn't pink, but it was a pink colored pit box.
It's only pink as you can see it.
Smart.
I got to see it.
My flag is turquoise.
I turn everything off.
That's smartest. That's the smartest thing you can do right there. Turn everything besides yours off, and you will never miss it.
Did Boone disconnect?
No, I'm still
I
here.
don't think so.
Okay, because it's not showing me your car. Oh no, the pink belongs to the 54.
That figure.
It was an accident.
Yay. That's Bubbles.
The
I
bubbles.
have the pink numbers.
Yeah, and your pit box is pink too.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Your entire pit box is pink.
No, it's not even like a bright pink. It's a girly pink.
Salmon. It's salmon.
It's not salmon. It is pink.
It's bubble gum.
It's latest red.
It's Barbie pink right there.
Yeah,
I
it is.
am a girl dad, and I'm allowed to, so screw all y'all.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
What if I am, Tommy? You making fun of my lifestyle?
Hey, man. It's 2023. You can be whatever you want to be.
I got 26 tires.
I identify as a mad black woman.
Oh, okay.
Medea.
Okay, Medea.
Yep.
West Virginia Medea.
She's a redneck.
Medea goes to Dollar General.
Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree. Get it right. Only the good stuff for this hillbilly.
Your internet is fucked, man.
Let's see.
Oh, wait, Kurt.
All that you're just gonna pull off?
Oh, shit! Courage just sent Barbie into the wall.
You talking about my internet, Larry? Not Barbie, it's Bubbles.
Ben, yeah, your internet, it was blinking like crazy.
That's why I pulled off.
You were still there, it was just, you weren't there for a second.
Hey, where's Colton at? There he
on
is.
the track.
I see him. His number wasn't showing. His name didn't show up in the ticker right away.
I can barely hear you, Ben.
Do you notice I had a different paint scheme? I guess it was showing up.
Man, Kurt just flat out wrecked me, man, going into one.
Yeah, I see your heavenly.
It looks normal, like the normal one to me.
Like, but
Hit
Kurt's not
control
right up
R.
against that wall. I can't get it.
Kurds just said, "Screw you," send you up to the wall.
It's only
How long is?
I just did that since it's throwback race.
Yeah, I should have made a throwback paint. I want to learn how to paint this car, but patinaed. I think it'd be cool. What laps are the stages at?
45 and 75.
All right.
So we're gonna have 3 green flag pit stops on the last stage.
I've heard.
Oh boy.
And don't blame me. Blame James.
No, I want it to be hard. I'd take it before. That'd be better.
You got 5 sets of tires to last 200 laps.
Yep.
At Darlington, a place that eats tires.
50 laps at Darlington.
Welcome
That's
to the
gonna
big
be-
league, boys.
Well, even in the real race, they do 8 sets of tires.
Yeah, well, their sponsors are way fucking richer.
Yeah.
can't afford
We can't
tires.
afford digital tires. You ever bought a digital set of Goodyear Eagles? Gosh.
The Bud Light car just got taken. Well, just got creamed by the. Okay, the Budweiser KFC car just got creamed by the Havoc
Budweiser.
car.
You might want to come up with a different phrase,
Cream,
cream pie by that.
especially when you're talking about a Budweiser car.
cream pie and some blue waffles. Hip hop.
I'm coming, some bubbles.
He's coming.
Pull his hair if he likes it.
Hit party. Race cars in disguise.
I got a black flag, man.
They shouldn't be trying to push me.
We would do 50 laps on a tank.
Did you get a black flag?
Yep.
Are you sure it was self-generated or generated by an admin?
Oh, it was generated by an admin hitting them in the ass.
Hey, party's leaving.
Yeah, I'll catch up with y'all right here. I got 49.2 per tank.
So it should make it through the first stage.
It should make it through the first stage. That was the whole point.
First and
First and
second stage.
second stage are fine.
Yeah.
It's that
Third stage, final
that
stage.
third stage. Yeah, it's
The
gonna kill
curd
everybody.
stage. It's when curd comes alive.
I guess I gotta slow down a little bit.
Yeah, if you're trying to do pace speed.
I got it's around 60.
Hey, James. Going in the restart zone, boys.
That's what she said.
I'm on a
Wow.
fuel run.
Larry said, screw it. I'll go
That's
below.
Justin, I think.
Larry said, screw it. I'm going full throttle from the back of the pack around the track.
I'm on a fuel run. I'm on 37 lap old tires.
damn.
And there goes the interstate car.
I don't know what happened there. Oh, well.
Now you know why I didn't wait.
it. I'm sorry, Tommy.
When you all get to me, I'm going to get out of the way, but until then, I'm going to keep going.
That was an accidental slide job there, Tommy.
Unprovoked annihilation.
Oh, shit.
Has anybody heard from... Oh, bye, Ben. Has anybody heard from
Biden.
Barnett?
Kenneth did a little while ago.
He's doing a
Somebody
whole lot better.
and I lost it.
If
Well,
he's
it fell off
listening,
the
I hope you're
second
getting
and
better.
fourth.
But, oh, Craig.
Yeah.
I've only fell off a second in 40 laps.
Ooh, that was a tough hit.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
They're all wrecking, Tommy. It's not you. It's the track. It's hard.
It's not you, it's her, I promise.
It's not me. I can't get out on the fucking track.
Tommy comes out. As soon as he gets clear of the yellow line, somebody hits him.
Oh, man, the whole track just
The
turned
track turned red, yeah. It's a blood moon. It's 7 days to die. The zombies are coming.
Damn it.
They're coming
Where's
for you.
Scooby-Doo in his game?
I was thinking about buying the Ford. Has anybody played that?
Yes, it's a good game.
Is there?
It's all right. It's at your own pace, but it does mission orient you too. So
I'm into Red Dead right now.
I'm enjoying Red Dead. Are you doing Red Dead Redemption 2 or 1?
2. Okay. And then I'm going to go play 1 again.
Yeah. They're talking about re-releasing Red Dead
They are.
1.
They already did.
Remastered?
Better than remastered on PlayStation.
They gave you more room than that, James.
It's like $40.
Sure, man.
Not even a remake, just a remaster. I took offense to that one.
I wasn't trying to offend you. I also wanted to see if it would work. For later in the race when somebody doesn't give me the room.
You want to buy, Curtis?
Huh? I'll just race, buddy.
Hey, Boone.
I'm way slow right now.
So it's...
I'm on 22 lap full tires. Give me a second.
The average lap time is 29 seconds, it looks like.
Huh?
It looks like the average lap time is between 29 and 30 seconds.
I was going to say 29 seconds on the dot for the average lap time. I'm like, who is running 27-second lap times?
No, 29 is 29.41 belongs to Larry.
Yeah.
But the average is around about 29.9 and 30.1.
How can an average have two numbers?
Between. I said the average is between 29.9 and 30.1.
He's not good with numbers.
Shut up.
Average is between 0 and a million. Somewhere in there
No.
is the average.
If it's between 29.9 and 30.1, it's 30.
But there's
Yep.
a couple extra numbers in there between them. Because you got
he's our
29,
treasurer
extra
for our-
numbers.
29.93 and
You want to buy Smokey?
30.1. Yep.
I'll pass you on the inside.
Okay, ooh, yeah, itch face.
Oh, we just called you an itch face.
Hold on to it, Boone. You smoked them for a long time.
Hey, where's Ken?
Kenneth Pack is not in the race yet.
Is he working today?
I think so.
I think he is. Which eliminates him from the playoffs.
No.
Sorry, Larry.
Yeah.
Got another half hour of practice, dude.
If he doesn't make it to the race, you got 32 minutes. If he doesn't make it to the race, it will eliminate him.
Yes, it will. He's probably eliminated with anything short of a win.
Go ahead, I'm going
Yeah,
in.
well, right now, the ones that have to win are Curtis and Kenneth. And, hold on.
And Tyrone.
There was 4 of them. Hold on.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
What are the points?
Justin Smith, Kenneth Pack, Tyrone Yo, and Curtis are the ones that have to win or place in the top 5. Because Colton and Gregory are on the chopping block at 1590 and 1584 with Justin at 1563. So, the one...
All we have to do is
Have
not
a
have
phenomenal race.
a new winner, and Colton, whoever finishes before Colton or Smokey will have it.
James has the most at 1615. Larry has 1602. Then
Larry's locked.
Yeah, because he won. So
Yeah.
he's automatically in. So it's James, Colton at 1590. Gregory Robinson at 1584. Then Justin Smith has 1563. Kenneth Pack has 1552. Tyrone has 1544. And Curtis has 1528. So Curtis has to win to be in. So, and not
just keep her clean.
Not just the stages, Curtis. You have to win the entire race.
Still the same paint job, Ben. On my screen.
Yeah, on mine it's the Heavenly. I see it. You need to
What's,
update your trading
mine
page.
look like?
Let's see. Yours looks... Holy crap. The Mountain Dew?
Yep.
Silver in color with a black stripe in green?
Yep.
Okay. I'm guessing it's Mountain Dew because I didn't zoom in on the car itself, so...
Yeah,
it's
You
Diet
know I
Mountain.
got wheel damage, Chad.
It's Diet Mountain Dew. And then we got Tyrone Yo in the number 2 Apex car.
I didn't know where to go there.
Kurds is coming out onto the track.
We can't run more than 25 laps in that, boys.
I just went 51.5 laps.
All right.
Before next season, I'm going to suggest y'all go into SDK and update that crap.
Yeah,
Or-
we will.
You load the OI mark on mine. Don't lie.
No, because I'm looking at Kurds and his is Kurds and a Ford and a, that's it.
Stated.
Looking at Larry's, it's Larry Stubblefield and a Chevrolet. That's it.
It's accurate.
Supposed to say stuff.
I don't get paid to give out all my personal information.
You don't have
paid?
to put out your personal information.
Personal to me, bitch? Who are you to tell me what's personal to me?
And then, of course, we got Bubbles and a Toyota.
Well, that's
I'm like
part of the reason the bubbles.
always the only Toyota.
You know,
No,
you think
no.
you've learned.
You're not the only Toyota. Every now and then, Tyrone or Gregory Robinson will run a Toyota.
I don't even own Toyota, so it's not.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby!
No
Yeah.
fighting words.
It is.
I see Brandon's out there. Now, see, Brandon goes and puts his age in there. I don't do that. Nobody needs
Oh,
to
you
know.
don't? Well, we already know you're in
I'm
your
only-
60s, right?
I'm only
No.
25.
You sound like it.
I sound like it, but I ain't.
Close. You're way closer than you think.
Well, you know what, Smoke? You sound like a cantankerous old jackass, but
Ooh. Says the cantankerous old jackass.
From one cantankerous old jackass
takes one to know
another.
one. I'm just saying, he and Greg can swap places at any point in time.
They're both great.
Actually, I expected a hell of a comeback from that. I'm kind of disappointed here.
For who?
I'm letting my racing do the talking tonight.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Have you looked at the leaderboard?
Yeah. Right now,
Great.
the one that's in the leaderboard or at the top of the leaderboard is James.
No, he's not.
No.
Different leaderboard.
Top of the leaderboard is Larry.
Oh,
I think
you're
what
talking-
Smokey's trying to imply is he's got a slightly faster fast lap than I do.
Yeah.
He's just got a faster lap than normal. That's good. And at this track, to be fast,
He's got you by
200 laps, bitches.
he's got you by 200ths of a second.
It's a lot when you're winning. Y'all both followed each other into the wall.
I'll stay low here, Tyrone.
Ooh.
Oh, you stayed low, all right. Now that was Tyrone that went low.
No, that was me.
I'm never gonna like this track.
Just remember, it doesn't like you.
The first time I tried to race this track in iRacing, we were at the track, me and Curtis, and they had you run 3 laps on the simulator. That wasn't keyed for anybody.
Just long enough to get the tires warm so you might not wreck it. You
Yeah.
probably counted all 3 laps.
Oh yeah, it counted all 3 laps, and you were dying in every corner.
So I had iRacing for a long time whenever they came out with dirt, but I didn't have an Oculus. And when I went to Knoxville, they had an Oculus little station where you could wear an Oculus and race the dirt iRacing cars. But they didn't have any rules, so you paid $5 for like 10 laps at Eldora and a 410. And so whenever they went 10 laps, it would just put you back in the pits. But then I would hit escape and then go again. And I sat there for like 45 minutes before they realized what I was doing.
Oh, he actually plays the game.
He knows how to cheat. I'm taking that $5, or it was $10 for 10 laps. It was something stupid. They're ripping you off. Woo, good save.
Yeah, I got onto the throttle a little too quick there. I'm on 25 lap old tires right now.
Yeah.
I'm doing a fuel run right now. Yeah. I was just trying to give you guys plenty of room.
Gave Courage plenty.
Yeah, Courage went into the inside wall. He
I
hit
gave him plenty of room, but he didn't even catch me.
He caught that outside and then went to the inside. So
How much time we got to the race start?
22 minutes.
20 minutes.
Okay.
So who's going to have the first Darlington strike tonight?
Me.
Okay, who's going to have the
Thanks, Lance.
first unintentional Darlington strike?
No, it's still Brandon. He's not going to try.
Me.
How about let's phrase that? How about who's going to have the last Darlington strike? Like, who's going to be the last person to have it? Yeah.
I'll have one turn, 1 lap. Who's going to run the race without touching the wall at all?
Nobody.
Always try.
Would be impressive.
If someone does that, man.
Even Larry's going to brush it at least once.
Well, I've run 63 laps and had 0X, but I have touched it twice.
Yeah.
Not bad. Just like 90% turned, and it's just scraped it. Didn't glue it to it or nothing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So we phrase it this way, who's going to have a car left at the end?
I hope me, but we'll see.
I see one in a while.
I finished less than 5 laps down. It's a good day.
Thanks.
Damn it, Benny.
I had it locked back.
Is that the voice in the race?
Justin, go around me on the backstretch.
Copy that. Well, the wall.
Y'all want to do a pit party again?
Yeah. Sure.
So what's the wear and tear looking like on the tires?
Horrible.
So I ran a full fuel run, and the right front was 82. Right rear 88, left rear 83, left front 85.
And the fuel, how many laps was that for a full fuel run?
51 and a half, something like that.
Yo!
Well, they went their quality. Sorry, I broke something.
I think it was traction.
Yeah, Tommy.
I thought it was you, James. My bad, Tommy.
Yeah, 'cause his mostly blue car looks like my
I'm
all
not
black.
saying blue. No, my iRacing isn't working, so Tommy is all black.
How you out here if your iRacing ain't working?
Yeah, trading paints. Are we pit partying?
That's what he said.
Well, thanks for fucking waiting. Shit.
I'm waiting on the backstretch.
I'm coming. It's not exactly in the... Oh, shit. Hey, okay. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, Kenneth's here.
Don't go yet.
Just said
I'm
that,
coming.
Candace here.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, Jesus. Woo!
Yeah, 14 minutes, honey.
So you gotta shut up all the time, 'cause we're gonna be racing.
Yeah.
So we got Diet Mountain Dew and then Mountain Dew out there on the track.
The Mountain Douche Brothers.
I'm going now.
Fuck, I was still in fourth.
Noob. Oh, boy.
I'm glad I was in fourth.
Wow, okay.
Good job, Tommy. Good job. Oh.
There goes James against the wall.
That was a kiss.
I hit that bump, dude, and as soon as I hit that bump, it hit me straight left.
No, Tyrone hit you straight left.
Oh, was it? Oh, it was the same time I hit that bump, too, so I was blaming myself. Tyrone, you hit me?
Gee.
I thought Tyrone knew I was there.
That was the same thing you did to
me.
Boy, this gonna hurt. Oh, you went the wrong way. Knocked the whole front end out. That thing ain't gonna turn. Playing DNX or something?
I mean, I couldn't get any higher.
Isn't that the West Side Boys?
Sweat drop off my balls.
Balls.
It's Little John and the East Side Boys and the Yin Yang Twins.
Yin Yang.
God, you're old as fuck, Mark.
I did retire, so...
Must be fucking nice.
Nope. It's actually the opposite. Ah, first time hit. 0 kicks. You retire from the military without doing 20 years, it's going to suck.
Yep. I did 20
years, it's going to suck, and you wasted 20 years.
I did 20 years.
I got my 10-year service award from the federal government today.
You called Biden and thank him? We're fighting. We got a lawyer for Social Security.
What? What'd you say, Larry?
He said he's fighting to get his Social Security. He just he got a lawyer for his Social Security.
Mark's streaming us, so can't say what I want to say. I'll tell you later.
Tommy is not having a good time with Courage right now.
I done something to piss you all off this evening?
Tommy's like,
No, Tommy, we didn't. You didn't, buddy. We're just sorry.
every time somebody comes around Tommy. Turn 3 and 4. Every time somebody's around Tommy, they use him as a buffer. They just
remember a time you used me as a brake pedal.
He's the wall buffer.
Hi, James.
Oh,
That's spooky.
I thought you were Tommy. I didn't want to be the next one.
so you drove into the outside wall?
Little. Fuck off.
You got it, Tommy. They're scared of you now.
How many times have you driven through a freaking wall?
Hey, I'm not into playoffs.
Yeah. Tommy's a weapon now.
Mine's car's still going. I ain't even hit a tower.
And a fast repair.
Come on, Tommy. I'll play with you. I'll be nice.
No, he won't.
Come here, Tommy. I'll be
And Colton made it weird.
fucking job to make it weird.
I said that to Tim last night. He was like, "Go away, Curtis." I was like, "No, I want to touch your butt." And then he got like really quiet.
Let me toss your salad.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of salad tossing,
There goes
Welcome to the internet.
Who was in the Budweiser car?
Justin?
Oh, Justin is dead now.
Yeah.
stopped in the middle of the track.
He didn't stop on his own. He got killed. And then somebody killed
There's
his...
smoke all over the backfield. I couldn't see.
Go ahead, Tommy.
You're good, man.
We have 3 viewers tonight.
Probably all 3 in here.
Probably.
My brother's watching.
But they're not saying anything right now, so...
Because they're racing.
His brother's not racing.
James needs to get his boy in here.
Which one?
Your oldest.
He's pretty dangerous to introduce to the playoffs. So he's here. And he's unreliable.
The bump and run.
I tapped you, Tyrone. I'm sorry.
There is no bump and run here. It's the bump and piss
so
him off.
Tyrone gets an apology. I get jack shit. I get to get out of my way.
I meant to hit you. I didn't mean to hit Tyrone.
It was a straight bump and run. He hit Tyrone in the back end and then went underneath him.
That's what she said.
I'm going to have to drive through a wreck now.
I saw that, James.
Side drafting.
Slide drafting right there.
Oh!
Tackle and fuel.
James holds on to it, but...
Good job, Benny. That was an excellent way to Danica me.
You hit the wall.
Wreck yourself while you're trying to wreck me. You did break my shit, though.
Anyway. Just they already had damage anyway. I was just doing that.
That was a wall.
Need to find the cheers that whenever freaking Kyle Busch wrecked at Darlington and blew his engine.
Oh, yeah. When we were there?
Yeah. Everybody was cheering and flipping him the bird when he was racing for JGR. He's actually a fan favorite now. Racing for Richard Childers.
I bought a hat. I told Larry, I said, I don't know whether to shit in it or wear it. The first one.
Okay, so Brandon, your number is 85, but your car's reading 88.
Yeah, I forgot to change it.
Okay, I just making sure I wasn't seeing stuff wrong on my monitor.
What do we have you down at? Because it should kick you over to whatever we have you listed as.
Did you get my picture earlier?
He's racing the custom number, so
39.
Tell you what, you go into the wrong league, wearing the wrong number, sometimes people lose their shit on you.
oh yeah.
Like a Toyota.
Mr. Pegleg.
Mr. Brandon Barrier.
That's who I was looking for.
I did that to a league. Dude still mad at me.
I know, man. He can't let that go. That's funny.
Who, Pegleg?
Yeah, I read his number for one race because it's 75.
And it was the very first one. Like, he didn't know.
And the admin dude said it was cool. So I was like, all right, great. And he was so mad, and he still comments on it to this day.
Probably beats his wife because of you.
He probably did.
More than normal. Welcome to the Facebook band, Mark.
Yep. Well, Nikki Valdez says, let's go Lanford Nation.
Oh, Lanford.
That's your caseworker? Parole officer.
Zach B
You
says,
heard that
let's
too,
go
guaranteed.
Lanford.
Hell yeah.
So we have 6 viewers. 3 are on YouTube.
Is Jamie not going to announce tonight?
Nah, I think Jamie had something going on personal. So. He said he was going to try and make Homestead next week.
God almighty.
He wasn't going to make Darlington
I'm
this
gonna keep
week.
messing with you, but it's fun.
Oh, you screwed up my car.
How did Ben screw up your car? You're driving it.
For 4 turns, he was sending me into turn 1.
Drag the brake a little bit sooner.
He would have wrecked me.
Kurds is pitting. 6 minutes, boys. And I can say that since, well, no, we do have bubbles in here, so boys and girls, 6 minutes.
Thank you.
What do you got to do with this?
Come on, Lamford, you got this from Zach B.
What are you doing, Jeff?
Fucking nothing, man. It's jelly. I'm eating jelly beans.
Oh, I love jelly beans.
Appreciate all
No,
the
you can't
support.
have any fucking
I'm
jelly
going to
beans.
need it tonight. I'm terrible at this track.
I'm going to go make a YouTube page and comment, let's go 54, because I said left out.
Yeah, throw the Let's Go 1 in there, too.
Yeah, I will. I got you, boys. Don't worry about it. Colton ain't
Get the
gonna...
sponsors happy.
Yeah. Colton's not going to take all the praises around here.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Kenneth is in the session, but he's not even come out on the track yet.
That's because I ain't got in here yet.
That's because he's scared.
Well, I have to take a shower first.
I thought you were going to say take a shit. That's what I was thinking.
No,
You don't shit and shower at the same time like I do?
All I do is,
He's
stomp it on down. Yeah, just stomp it on down.
when I
When
come
your
in
wife
from
walks in
work,
and you're mid-toss-on in the toilet?
but when I come in from work, first thing I do is turn it on so I can get in the session. Then I go take a shower. Bang.
He didn't take
No,
his
I don't.
softeners to use the restroom like that.
Man, I'm old. I take spoon softeners every damn day with all my
I
other
know,
stuff.
that's why I said it.
Eating a box of fiber.
Pretty much. Shit. Let me get on track. Let me get at least a lap or two, I guess.
Well,
Mark, check the live chat.
I'm looking at the live chat, and it says the last one was from Zach B. Come on, Lanford, you got this. And Ben Campbell, go number 27. Ben Campbell,
Another one.
54 sucks.
Praising yourself's kind of getting to it.
You're welcome, Curtis.
Well, Bubbles is running the 54 pink in color car, so. Let's see if Kenneth can put in a decent amount of time on a lap.
This is not a no practice track.
No, this is a track you got to practice at.
Well, I have practiced.
I've done easily 500 laps on this track this week.
It's showing.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to be afraid to be around you. I'm afraid to be around Justin right now.
We've practiced a lot for the playoffs.
I'm still afraid to be around Smokey, but it's just because I never know if he's mad at me.
Who's facing the other way on the track?
That would be Justin. Justin knocked a new off both ends that time.
No, he's trying to find Colton before the race.
He already has. Well, I guess I found him.
What's that?
Because during the practice, it's not telling me who's crashing and whatnot. It's just telling me who's entering and leaving the pits. And every now and then, I see the camera flash, and there's a car facing the wrong direction on the track, like the 75 going to the inside wall right now.
Somebody's rooting for you, Curtis.
I tried to get out of the way. Whoever that was.
Tommy Osborne, let's go number 1, and let's go number 25 from Zach B. So the biggest supporter.
Somebody supporting me? All right.
Yeah, T. Osborne.
Yeah, that's my brother Terry. Terry. Yeah.
Screw all the supporters out there.
Tommy.
Yep.
Screw all the supporters. They don't want to support me. That's fine. I'll show you.
No, I was gonna. Somebody already had you up there.
Yeah, they said 54 sucks.
Oh, I just saw 54 and I thought it was positive energy. I didn't know.
No.
What does Denny Hamlin say? At least they're talking about me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Denny Hamlin's won a race.
Denny Hamlin's won a race.
That's harsh.
Hold on, Ben, how many races have you won?
Hush.
Exactly. Talk to me when you win a league race.
Then you can't say nothing either, so.
Yeah, I can. I won a league race.
Not this league.
Not this one. But I won a league race.
As have I. I've won 2.
Yeah,
Yep.
Colton has showed. Colton has video proof of his win.
I'm sure I do too, Brandon. You got me? Brandon's got me.
Yeah, you won. Colton was in the right spot the other night.
So we got a
change again? No.
45 and 75 race stages. Is that what you got?
The temperature has dropped 3 degrees on track.
So we're going 115 laps in stage 3.
Well, don't worry. We're not
If you're a man.
125 laps in stage 3.
You can only do 51 in fuel. That's 2 stages. That's 2 stops in the last stage. Minimum.
Yep.
If you have a crash on lap 5 or lap 19, do not put tires on that piece of junk, because you're going to wish you hadn't when you're running 80-lap old tires at the end.
You only have 5 sets of tires to go 200 laps.
Oh, sorry, Kenny.
Oh, you all right? I'm just seeing what I can do there right quick.
All right. I will leave y'all gentlemen alone and get up into the booth.
Hey, thanks,
Get
Mark.
out of here, Mark.
Yep.
Thanks for doing this for.
Thanks, Mark.
Not a problem, guys. Now they're going to talk all the crap they want. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Southern Fried 272. Well, 272, but it's 200 laps here at Darlington, South Carolina Raceway. The track itself is 1.36 miles long. Scott Pack, welcome to the live show. Larry Dell, Area 51, looking for that 82. And then Scott Pack, let's go 16, need a win? Yes, he does. So he has to win tonight to get into the playoffs. Curtis Sovereign has to win tonight to be in the playoffs as well. And on top of that, Tyrone Yo and Justin Smith as well have got to win to be in the playoffs. We have 13 racers in the lineup. Right now, the fastest driver is Larry Stubblefield. Currently. Gregory Smokey Robinson is coming in second place. Oh, Kenneth Pack is now in second place. He is 0.2 tenths of a second behind Larry Stubblefield. Larry is done with his laps, so we will see how this works out for everybody. These drivers are going to go 45 laps for the stage 1, 75 laps for stage 2, and then 125 laps to end the race. So that final stage will be 125 laps. They have 5 sets of tires to do all 200 laps. After watching the caution or watching the practice and everything, some of these drivers are having some issues going into turn 1 and turn 3 because the track is completely and totally set up differently. It is a whole lot narrower in 1 and 2 than it is in 3 and 4. So we're going to be seeing the bump and run usually in 3 and 4 is where the bump and run will come into play for some of these drivers. It looks like Brandon Barrier, Tyrone Yo, Justin Smith, and Michael Boone will be qualifying. And now we're looking at Justin Smith as he drives the white and red Budweiser KFC car. As you look at the track map, the current temperature on the track has dropped. The temperature is now 80 degrees. Earlier during practice, it started at 86, and right before practice, it dropped to 83. So we're watching the temperatures fall even as the drivers are doing qualifying. So these temperatures are going to be affecting a lot of the handling and the tire wear at this track tonight. I don't know why it's taken so long for the track map to disappear. I might have to close out and reopen it. Hang on. Or it could be just that the qualifications was giving me issues. So, Let's see if everybody's getting ready to get out there. We still have Brandon Barrier, Tyrone Yo, and Michael Boone waiting to either qualify or ready up. I'm not sure which one they're going to do. So, tonight is the last race of the playoffs. It will be the final, the last 4 cars heading into the playoffs. What? Now it's supposed to be showing y'all the grid. The lineup is Larry Stubblefield in first place. He will be going to the back. Kenneth Peck in second place. Michael Kurtz in third place. James Nelson on the outside. Gregory Robinson on the inside. Tommy Osborne to the outside. Ben Campbell to the inside. Colton Lanford to the outside. Curtis Bubbles Sovereign will be on the inside. Justin Smith to the outside. Brandon Barrier to the inside. Michael Boone will be to the outside, and Tyrone Yo will be to the inside. I don't know why it's not showing the grid. Come on. Alright, folks. Real quick, I'm going to shut down the overlay and restart it. So, something happened to it. I don't know exactly what's going on, but I will restart that in just a second and get it caught up before everybody gets the race going. And live overlay, check that. Let's try and get this live overlay redone. Away goes the drivers. And let's see how they hold up in turn 1. Appears we are able to make it through turn 1 incident-free. All right. We're at lap 2 of 200. I'm going to back out the cameras just a little bit because we only have 3 cameras for the track. This iRacing doesn't have a very big camera selection for Darlington, so we'll be watching the excitement as they go around. I will let you know, Gregory Robinson is the current race leader right now. We are looking at Larry Stubblefield and Kenneth Pack as they make their way through. Now we're at Gregory Robinson as he leads with James Nelson trying to take over, and Nelson does right at the start-finish line. Jumps in front of Gregory Robinson. Now, Gregory Robinson, Colton Lanford, James Nelson, and Larry Stubblefield are in the top 4 of the playoffs. Larry Stubblefield will be continuing to the championship playoff next week at Homestead because he has the win under his belt. Gregory Robinson, Colton Lanford, and James Nelson have to be in the top 5 for the most part of the race. Tyrone Yo, Curtis Sovereign, Kenneth Pack and Justin Smith have to win it to be able to advance to the playoffs next week and be in the championship 4. So currently, right now, James Nelson is doing everything he can to hold on to the lead that he has in the points and also going into the championship. We're looking at Tommy Osborne as he goes into turn 3 and 4. The wider part of the track is back there in 3 and 4. The narrowest part is in 1 and 2. Michael Kurtz has entered the pits and left the pits. So these guys are doing at lap 45 will be the end of the stage. Lap 43, the pits will close. At lap 75, the stage 2 will end. At lap 73, the pits will close again. So, and then these guys have got to race it out for the last 125 laps. And they only have 5 sets of tires total behind the wall. So tire management is going to be playing a key factor tonight. Also, the fuel is going to be playing a key factor because one fuel run is 51 laps. So we'll see how these cars handle being able to drive around the track and get up there. We're looking at Bubbles as he's coming out of 4, going into the restart zone. He is in 3rd place currently. There goes Brandon Barrier to the lower side of the track. Brandon must be having something wrong with his car. I'm not seeing exactly what caused Brandon Barrier and Michael Kurtz to have to go into the pits. So this is one of the tracks most famous for the bump and run. Also, the other famous part of this track is called the Darlington Strike, which will be earned every time one of these drivers go up and get close to that outside wall just a little bit too much, and they will wind up putting a little bit of a stripe on that right side of the wall. Let's go through and take a look, see if anybody, right there, James Nelson, your leader, does have some of the Darlington stripe on that right rear suspension. Gregory Robinson has it on his right rear suspension as well. We looked at Curtis at Bubbles, and Bubbles does not have any damage to his vehicle as of yet. Also, currently, Colton Lanford has none. Larry Stubblefield does not have any. Kenneth Pack is not showing any. Tommy Osborne is showing his Darlington stripe there. Justin Smith is showing his Darlington stripe. Michael Boone does have his Darlington stripe. Tyrone Yo does not have a Darlington stripe as of yet. Ben Campbell does have his Darlington stripe on that Javelin. Michael Kurtz has his Darlington stripe. And Brandon Barrier is out of the race or in the pits. Where is he at? Unfortunately, Brandon Barrier has crashed, but did not bring out a caution. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened there with Brandon. As he's coming out of the corner of 4, it looks like he gets a little squirrely, hits the inside wall head on, and has to tow his vehicle back to the pits. So Brandon Barrier is in the pits getting repairs done at this time. Go back and check on the excitement of the race. Michael Kurtz passes Ben Campbell for position 11. We're looking at Gregory Robinson in that Interstate Chevrolet number 3 as he goes past Colton Lanford. Colton Lanford is doing his best to stay low and keep Larry Stubblefield behind him. Colton Lanford is one of the drivers that is in the position to be cut from the Final Four if he doesn't have a good drive tonight. So Ben Campbell is in the pit currently as well. Larry Stubblefield is doing his pacing just so that he's letting the drivers know he's there, but he's making it so it's not such a bad night for the rest of the drivers. Larry Stubblefield is already into the playoffs and doesn't have to worry about it. However, the 25 of Colton Lanford does have to worry about how he plays tonight, whether or not that will advance him to the playoffs. Or not to the playoffs, but to the championship 4 next week at Homestead, Florida. You've seen Gregory Robinson just barely touch that outside wall. That earned him his Darlington stripe tonight. We're at lap number 20 of 200. With 24 laps left of the stage. Dover is not one of the easiest tracks in the circuit due to the fact Brandon Barrier has wrecked out fast repair lap 1, then spun again and killed the car. So are you out of the race, Brandon? You are out of the race. So is Ben Campbell. I'm sorry to hear that, Brandon. So Ben Campbell is out of the race as well. Is Michael Kurtz? Nope, Michael Kurtz is still in the race. He's just down a lap. So if the stage keeps going, Kurtz will get the waiver round and be able to move back onto the lead lap. We're watching Larry Stubblefield with Kenneth Pack behind him. Kenneth Pack is in the position to where he has to win to be able to advance to the Championship 4 next week at Homestead in Miami, Florida. Michael Burns just passed Justin Smith for position 8. You see Justin Smith get into that upper wall. Justin Smith is one of the drivers that has to win it to be in it for the Championship 4 next week. The way he's beating and banging on that wall, though, his car may not survive much longer on this racetrack. Watching Larry Stubblefield as he moves up to third place and is chasing down James Nelson and Bubbles. we're looking at Gregory Robinson trying to hold off Colton Lanford. Both of these drivers have to have real good placement to be able to maintain their top 4 positions of the race. As long as they finish in front of, as long as Curtis Sovereign does not win, Kenneth Pack does not win, or Justin Smith or Tyrone Yo do not win, then Robinson and Lanford will both be able to advance to the playoffs next week, or to the championship next week. But they have to finish within the top 5 of each stage. That way they get the stage points, and that way they can also be able to get the race points too, to hold off the guys behind them. Curtis Sovereign is so far back with Kenneth Pack that they both, does not matter stage points or not, they have to win to be able to advance to the playoffs. So, the one driver right now that's the most worried about the points would be Colton Lanford, since he is in 4th place, and Justin Smith has to be able to just do better than Colton Lanford to be able to advance. Larry Stubblefield has passed Bubbles for position 2, and he's now in 2nd place, chasing down James Nelson.
Mark, I'm in 3rd. Smokey's in 4th.
I see. My tracker is not showing Colton as being in 2nd place. My tracker shows that Bubbles is actually ahead of Colton Lanford by 2.6 seconds. Yeah, there is a 2-second lead between Bubbles and Lanford.
I'm talking about the points, Mark.
Oh, okay. You're talking about playoff points. Okay. You threw it. Stay off. Kenneth Pack just passed Gregory Robinson for position 5. Tommy Osborne is closing the distance on Gregory Robinson, and he is trying to move up from 7th to 6th as they go into turn 4. Everybody is trying to take it to where they don't run right up against that wall and get the Darlington stripe. So Robinson is on the cutting block, along with Lanford, but it's Robinson and Smith that could possibly be swapping positions after this race. So as long as Robinson outruns Justin Smith, which he is right now, then he will advance to the Final 4. But if Kenneth Pack has anything to say about it, he is going to advance to the Final 4, and that will kick Robinson out. As we watch Kenneth Pack moves into 4th place, going around Gregory Robinson and Colton Lanford. Larry Stubblefield is still in 2nd place. James Nelson is in 1st place. Let's go check in on the leader as he makes his way around the track. James Nelson has a 2-second lead over Larry Stubblefield. As we look inside the cockpit, there's no worries inside the cockpit. As he looks in the rearview mirror, he sees the shadow coming up on him as he crosses the line, making it lap number 37 of 200. Actually, in the front straightaway now, it's 37 of 200. What am I looking at? Then we move to Larry Stubblefield's view. James Nelson is a good 20 car length distance between him and Nelson. There's not much struggle with the steering wheel. You hear a little bit of tire squeal from the tires of Stubblefield, but not very much. And there doesn't appear to be a vehicle anywhere close behind him. Kenneth Pack is making his move to go around Bubbles, and Kenneth Pack is on the outside of Bubbles. Bubbles crossed the start-finish line just... Oh, something just happened inside Bubbles' car. You heard the loud crash as Kenneth Pack was going around. They might have touched coming in the wall. So Kenneth Pack and Bubbles got together just a little bit. As Kenneth Pack was able to move around, we're going to take a look from the camera as Kenneth Pack passes Bubbles and see exactly what happened there. So Kenneth Pack, Bubbles got just a little bit loose and moved up into the outside wall. That gave Kenneth Pack everything he needed. Tommy Osborne was able to get around and move around Colton Lanford. He's now in 5th place. So James Nelson is still the race leader. We are 5 laps left of the stage. 3 laps before the pit lane closes. When the red lights come on, that's going to be the end of this, the pit choice. And Bubbles is struggling. He has literally drove the tread off of that outside tire. He has no get up and go. Everybody is passing him. He is being left standing still. So he went from being in 2nd place to now 6th place, a drop of 3. He started in 9th, he's up to 6th, but he was up to 2nd place at one point. So he drove the tire wear out of his car. Tommy Osborne, as we look at him, has moved from 6th place to 5th place. Gregory Robinson has dropped from 5th place to 6th place. Bubbles is slowly losing it and dropping back through the field. 3 laps left of the stage. Now 2 laps left of the stage. The pits are closed at this time. Pits are closed at this time. James Nelson is still the race leader. As we check in on him, he's setting the pace for everybody else around the track. And Larry Stubblefield is right there on his back end. One more. Lap number 44. So Larry Stubblefield is trying his best to work his magic and get around James Nelson. He started at the back of the pack and now he's worked his way to the front. Can he get up there and get around him? Alexa, stop. James Nelson is holding him off. He's got one more lap to go. This is it. James Nelson has to hold. There's the caution flag. So lap 45, James Nelson holds him off. And I've got to do the FRL. Oops, nope, wrong one. So it's James Nelson, Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Peck, Colton Lamford, Tommy Osborne, Gregory Robinson, Bubbles, Michael Boone, Justin Smith, Tyrone Yo, Michael Kurtz, Ben Campbell, and Brandon Barrier. Campbell and Barrier are both out of the race due to engine or being wrecked out, basically. So the next stage will be at lap 75. You're going to see a lot of these guys coming in and finishing, or not finishing, but coming in and seeing how much tire wear they had. They may or may not be doing tire changes at this time. Let's see how the leaders do it. Tires are, the right side's going up, dropping down, left side's going up. They're getting as much fuel as possible. Will James Nelson get away before Larry Stubblefield and Kenneth Peck? No, he doesn't. Something happened to James Nelson. He is stuck. James Nelson was not able to get away before the other drivers. Something happened in the pits and he had to hold up. Maybe he's holding up for the repair on his vehicle. We're looking at Smokey Robinson, and Smokey is getting repairs done as well. So is Justin Smith, it appears. So the reset has Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Peck, hold on. It's Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Peck, James Nelson, Colton Lamford, Tommy Osborne. Tyrone Yo is entering the pits, so Curtis Sovereign, or Bubbles, is in 6th place. Michael Boone in 7th place. Tyrone Yo is in 8th place. Gregory Robinson is in the pits, or coming out of the pits. He'll be in 8th place. Justin Smith is in 9th place. Michael Kurtz is in the pits. And both of them are coming out of the pits now. So Yo is on the lead lap. Michael Kurtz is 1 lap down. See where the leaders are, and if the pace lights are still on the pace car. As it goes around this time, the lights should go out. We'll see how everybody lines up. So it's Larry Stubblefield to the inside, Kenneth Peck to the outside, James Nelson to the inside, Colton Lamford to the outside, Tommy Osborne to the inside, Bubbles on the outside, Michael Boone to the inside, Gregory Robinson to the outside, Justin Smith to the inside, Tyrone Yo to the outside, Michael Kurtz will be on the inside. Let's see how they do it at the restart. We'll go ahead and crank up the volume for the restart. Taking a look at the track, we will restart at lap number 50. So they have 25 laps on this set of tires. And here they go. Larry Stubblefield's able to get up and go. Kenneth Pack was right there with him. They fall in line, straighten it out. We're watching as they come out of 2 down the backstretch. Larry Stubblefield is just all in it, and he's gone. Kenneth Pack is right behind him. Larry Stubblefield uses the mid-high line instead of the high line. Gregory Robinson passed Michael Boone for position 7, and Bubbles passed Tommy Osborne for position 5. We're at lap 52 of 200 here at the Southern Pride 272, the Quick Finishers Racing League, brought to you by Mudslide Media. I am your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield, also known as Staff Sergeant Mudslide. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. Anytime we go live, it'll let you know. Every time we do a race, we do the broadcast and everything. Come in, show your support. We enjoy having y'all out there. We will be doing some recruitment races in the next couple of weeks. If you want to get into the iRacing League with us, just shoot us a message at Quick Finishers Racing League on iRacing. Oh, we got a crash. Bubbles is out and wrecked. Let's go back and take a quick look, see what happened. The 54's coming around out of the corner, gets a little squirrely, loses control, and gets tagged by Tommy Osborne just as well. That will bring out the caution. So, gotta wonder how much damage was done to Tommy Osborne's car as well as the 54. As they line back up, it's going to be Larry Stubblefield. Tommy Osborne is moving around backwards through the track. Tommy has entered the pit lane, so he's going to be going down the track a little ways. Let's take a look at the pits and see if any of the other drivers went in as well. It does look like Tommy Osborne, Michael Boone, Tyrone Yo, Justin Smith, and Curtis Sovereign are all in the pits currently. They might be getting a splash of fuel only. However, Curtis might be getting a fast repair done to his vehicle because the tires weren't that worn out. Alright, and they're off and back lining up. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. So it's Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack. Larry will be lining up on the inside. Kenneth Pack to the outside. James Nelson to the inside. Colton Lamford to the outside. Gregory Robinson to the inside. Michael Boone to the outside. Tyrone Yo to the inside. Justin Smith to the outside. Tommy Osborne to the inside. Michael Kurtz to the outside. And when Curtis Sovereign gets back on track, he will be lining up a lap down, it looks like. He's trying to get back out before the pace car gets around. I don't know if he's going to be able to get around in time or not. We're at lap number 56 of 200, ladies and gentlemen. Our first major caution has been brought out. And it was on a fresh set of tires when Curtis Sovereign got sideways and lost control in front of the field. Here they go, lining up. So Larry Stubblefield's on the inside, Kenneth Pack to the outside. James Nelson inside, Colton Lampert outside, Gregory Robinson inside, Michael Boone outside, Tyrone Yo inside, Justin Smith outside, Michael Kurtz inside, Tommy Osborne outside, Curtis Sovereign will be on the inside. Tommy Osborne and Curtis Smith Curtis Sovereign both went into the pits and out now. They were topping off their fuel tank. Here comes the restart. There he goes. Larry Stubblefield jumps on it, and he's off like a bat out of hell. Jumps right up in front of Kenneth Pack before turn one, then drops to the mid-high. Kenneth Pack stays on the high line, just coming out of turn two, goes up against the wall, just stays close enough to the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's too loud, please let me know. I will change the volume so that it's not blowing your hearing away. Or if it needs to go up, let me know. We're watching Justin Smith in the back straightaway. Michael Kurtz has passed Justin Smith and Michael Boone to move up to position 6. Bubbles has passed Tyrone Yo for position 9. Larry Stubblefield and Kenneth Pack are putting on a clinic tonight. We're watching James Nelson in third place as he's trying to close in on Kenneth Pack. Something's happened to Bubbles because he is moving up the field. He just passed Tyrone Yo for position 9. And Michael Boone for position 8. Justin Smith has passed Boone for position 7. Tommy Osborne passed Boone for position 10. So something is going on with Michael Boone's car because he is slowly falling off the pace. Lap number 62 of 200. 13 laps left of the stage. Remember, the drivers only had 5 sets of tires behind the wall. They've used one set already at that first stage, at the end of the first stage. So stage number 2, they may not swap tires. They may just do a gas and go. Due to the fact they haven't put any wear on the tires between stage 1 and stage 2. Or the end of stage 1 and the end of stage 2. They won't have that many laps on their tires. And between the end of stage 2 and the end of the race is 125 laps. They have to make those 4 tires last that long. We're watching as Larry Stubblefield just drives like he's out on a Sunday drive. James Nelson is moving to the outside and passes Kenneth Pack like he's standing still. Kenneth either let him go or is showing some kind of issue. James Nelson just moved around to take over second place from Kenneth Pack. Bubba Sovereign has moved past Justin Smith for position 7. So Curtis Sovereign is around Justin Smith for position 7. He is trying to get up there so that he has to win it to be in it. So does Kenneth Pack. Kenneth Pack has to win the race to be in the Final Four Championship next week at Homestead. Everybody is looking forward to that final race, but 4 drivers are racing for the championship. Currently, the 4 top drivers are James Nelson, Larry Stubblefield, Colton Lamford, and Gregory Robinson. The 4 drivers trying to race their way into the championship are Justin Smith, Tyrone Yo, Kenneth Pack, and Curtis Bubbles Sovereign. Kenneth Pack and Curtis Sovereign both have to win it to be in it for next week's race. But for right now, these drivers are not focusing or worrying about next week's race. They are worrying about Darlington's 1.36-mile track tonight here at Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. This is one of the trickiest tracks because it has a narrow 1 and 2 and a wide 3 and 4. 1 and 2 are steep, but 3 and 4 are steeper and much wider, which makes it very hard for the drivers going into these laps. And the pit road is almost one of the hardest, if not the hardest, pit roads to get into in the NASCAR circuit. Let's take a look as Curtis Sovereign is right behind Michael Boone, trying his best to get around Boone and Smokey Robinson at the same time. Boone came down just a little bit. Sovereign was just able to avoid contact. Curtis Sovereign's able to move around, and he's now in 6th place, trying to catch Gregory Robinson and get back up there to the front. James Nelson is still holding on to 2nd place. Larry Stubblefield's holding on to 1st. The excitement is back here for the battle of 5th and 6th. As Colton Lamford holds off Gregory Robinson, and Robinson is able to hold off Curtis Bubbles Sovereign. Sovereign's trying to get that Toyota into a good run as he goes down the backstretch so that he can be able to get a good run off and be able to catch Gregory Robinson. Colton Lamford is using the lower side and shortening the track as much as possible without losing any momentum to Gregory Robinson. Robinson's using the high line to get momentum to keep Sovereign back as he dives it in. Sovereign is trying his best to close the distance. There is no drafting, it looks like, on this track. It doesn't look like the draft is benefiting 75. Yellow flag is out. Stage is done and over with. And I was asleep, ladies and gentlemen, on that one. Larry Stubblefield is the winner of the stage. James Nelson, second place. Kenneth Pack is in third place. Colton Lampert's holding on to fourth. Gregory Robinson in fifth. Bubbles in sixth. Michael Kurtz in seventh. Tommy Osborne in eighth. Justin Smith in ninth. And Michael Boone in 10th. Tyrone Yo is in 11th, one lap down. So this is where it's going to come down to topping off the fuel. The drivers are just going to top off fuel. They shouldn't be changing tires and getting back out on the track as fast as they possibly can. So making it out of the pits, it's going to be Larry Stubblefield. James Nelson's headed back into the pits. I think he's going to be topping the tank off one more time. Not sure. Kenneth Pack's able to take over second place. As the rest of the field moves around, something might be wrong with James Nelson. Let's see what happens here with his car. He's going to top off his tank and see if he can stay out longer than Larry Stubblefield and the rest of the field.
All right, well, I'm behind Justin on the restart.
Here comes. That's put him down one lap, though. I do believe. Nope. James Nelson is back out on the track on the lead lap. So, let's see. The lights are off. The pace car's away. Let's crank her up. Nelson was able to pull off a magic trick. The race is back. We have 122 laps left of the race. As we watch Larry Stubblefield take off like a bat out of hell. I have been to Darlington Raceway, and this is an exciting track. To watch these cars, especially coming out of turn 3 and 4, is superb. Watching these cars and feel that engine just go by and rumble your soul. It brings out a lot of youth in this old man. So we're at lap number 79 of 200. James Nelson is entering the pits again. Something wrong with his car. I'm not exactly sure why, but James Nelson has entered the pits for another time. He might have let's go see what's going on. He might have hit the pit by accident, dropping as low as possible. Nope. James Nelson is in the pit. There must be something wrong with his car. Take a look at the chase cam and see if there's any major damage to his car, or if he's getting tires. Or did he get a speeding penalty? I'm wondering if he got a speeding penalty. He received a speeding penalty, so he was having to hold on to it there. That is what happened. So that has moved James Nelson down a lap or two. Did it move him? How many laps down did that put James Nelson? Yep, he had a 15-second. That, you know, James is not happy with that right now, because that has put him down one lap. As we're looking on, Michael Kurtz is moving forward in the race. But right behind him is Curtis SUV Sovereign, and right in front of him is Colton Lanford. Lanford's holding off everybody for that fourth place finish, or fourth place position. Tommy Osborne has moved forward and taken over third place. Kenneth Pack and Larry Stubblefield are first and second. Tommy Osborne in third. Colton Lanford in fourth. Michael Kurtz is in fifth. Bubbles is in sixth. Gregory Robinson seventh. Michael Boone in eighth. Tyrone Yo in ninth. Justin Smith is in 10th, and James Nelson is in 11th, one lap down. Ben Campbell and Brandon Barrier both out of the race due to an accident early on in the race. Tyrone Yo has just passed Justin Smith for P9. Justin Smith is down a lap now as well. As something is wrong with his car, and he is having to slow down to make the entry into pit lane. Not exactly sure what happened, but something happened to his car. Let's go back and take a look. We'll go back a couple of seconds. Have to rewind it the old-fashioned way, folks. I'm sorry, because it's not showing how Justin had a problem. Let's see what his problem is, if it's notable. Oh! So Justin Smith hits that outside wall, drifts to the inside, maintains control, hits the inside wall. He's able to keep it down low on the apron because this is a 5-wide track. He is able to fix whatever is going on and stay out of the way of the leaders. So Justin Smith is out of the pits. We have Larry Stubblefield, Kenny Pack, Colton Lanford, Michael Kurtz, Bubbles, Tommy Osborne, Gregory Robinson, Michael Boone, Tyrone Yo, and James Nelson with Justin Smith. James Nelson down one lap. Justin Smith might be down 2 laps now. Yes, Justin Smith is 2 laps down. Ben Campbell and Brandon Barrier are out of the race for the night. I hit the exciting part, and it's following Curtis SUV Bubbles Sovereign as he's working his way up to 5th place. He started in 9th. He's moved forward 4 positions, and he's been as high as second place tonight. He is one of the players, or one of the drivers, that has to win to be able to advance to the Championship 4 next week. Kenneth Pack is the other driver who has to win it to advance to the Championship 4 next week. Kenneth Pack is currently sitting in second place, buying his time, waiting for Larry Stubblefield to be done and cost him a race. Colton Lanford is in third place in the points. Larry Stubblefield is in second place in points, but has locked in the championship with his win last week. So James Nelson is our points leader, but James Nelson is in 10th place, one lap down currently, and there is roughly 107 laps left of the race. So the rest of this race is going to be pit strategies. They can get 50 laps on one full tank of fuel. However, they have 4 sets of tires that they have to make stretch for the rest of the race. Some of these drivers took a set of tires at the stage break between stage 1 and stage 2. So their second set of tires will start wearing out any time now between now and 120 laps. Then we should see another pit stop for tires around about 160 laps. With 40 laps left of the race, you should see a pit strategy play out between 160 and 170 laps. The pit strategy should be kicking in. We'll see who is playing with Lady Luck on their side tonight. Colton Lanford is now in third place as he has moved up and moved around Michael Kurtz. Michael Kurtz is slowly dropping just a little bit back behind Colton Lanford. And right in his sights is Curtis Sovereign has Michael Kurtz in his sights as he's bringing that Toyota up and around. He's trying his best to race as hard as he can, but not kill his tires. He doesn't want to overdrive it, which is very easy at a track like this. Turns 1 and 2 are very narrow. Turns 3 and 4 are very wide. So 1 and 2, you can overdrive this car very easily. Michael Kurtz has got Curtis Sovereign to the inside. Seeing a little bit of lag on my screen. Might have a little connection issue there. Now we're back to normal. Lap number 98 of 200. 102 laps left of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Will it all be green flag racing? I do not know. We're going to see who's got the medal and who has the fortitude.
Thank you, Kurt.
Kurtz gives it up and lets Sovereign around him on the inside as they enter 3. Curtis Sovereign's back up to 4th place. He's on his way, but he has got to finish in as the race winner. Michael Kurtz rubbing that outside wall, getting his Darlington stripe. We're 100 laps from the end of this race. These drivers have only used 2 sets of tires so far. A set of tires goes between 35 to 50 laps depending on how well you handle them. However, most of these drivers have been pushing everything they can. Larry Stubblefield and Kenneth Pack both are going into the pits and getting their fuel topped off and a new set of tires. So we're going to see if that pit strategy is going to work in their favor, and if Colton Lampert, who is winning the race, leading the race right now, will go in and get tires as well. The race is, Colton Lampert is putting another lap into the record. He is trying his best to lead and get as many laps in before the drivers have come out of the pits, so that he puts them down several laps. And he's trying his best to do as many laps as possible so that they have to work that many laps to get back up on, as we're at lap 102 of the 200. So Colton Lampert, Curtis Sovereign, Michael Kurtz, and Gregory Robinson are in the top 5, with Tyrone Yo being in the top 5, but Tyrone Yo looks to have possibly be in the pits. Tommy Osborne is in the pits currently. Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, James Nelson, Michael Boone, Justin Smith are out of the pits, but they are laps down. Kenneth Pack, James Nelson, and Tommy Osborne is 1 lap down with Larry Stubblefield. So Colton Lampert, even though he stayed out, could only put the leaders down 1 lap. Now he's signaling that he is going to be going into the pits as well, because he's not going into the pits. He's just trying to maintain his lead. Curtis Sovereign is now the race leader. Michael Kurtz is trying to move up onto Colton Lampert and move around him. We will see how well this works out for them. Will the race leaders pit, or will they try and put another lap in the books as we go into lap 106? Because Larry Stubblefield is on his way back up the track. Tyrone Yo is on the lead lap, but he is the last car in 5th place on the lead lap. Larry Stubblefield is only 15 seconds behind Tyrone Yo. So Bubbles is leading the race. He's got to be feeling good about this, but he's got to realize he's got to start doing a pit strategy here to be able to go get fresh tires and fuel. The longer he stays out on the track, the harder it's going to be, because that's the longer it's going to take for the fuel man to put fuel into the car, and it's going to be a lot harder for the tires. So he's got to pay attention to what's going on. Tommy Osborne is still working his way around the track as well. Justin Smith, it's Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, James Nelson, Tommy Osborne, Michael Boone, and Justin Smith trying their best to get back up onto the lead lap. Tyrone Yo is now down a lap. You're looking at Gregory Robinson, Michael Kurtz. Robinson is in the number 3. He's in 4th place. The number 5 is being drove driven by Michael Boone. Michael Boone is trying to get around Michael Kurtz. We're 110 laps of the 200. 90 laps left to go of the race. You know these guys have got to be figuring out when they're going to be hitting the pit road and getting new fuel and everything.
That's kind of hard, though.
As you watch Colton Lanford just slam into that outside wall, his tires have got to be done. Bubbles is leading this race. Colton Lanford is pushing as hard as he can. Both these drivers have not pitted yet, and they need to. Side by side, Bubbles is now passed by Colton Lanford. Michael Boone is trying his best to get up around Michael Kurtz. Michael Kurtz will not let it happen, will not allow him to get around. So Bubbles is now in second place with Colton Lanford leading the race. Tyrone Yo is one lap down. They have yet to pit. It is Colton Lanford, Bubbles, Michael Kurtz, and Gregory Robinson who have yet to pit. And you're seeing Bubbles struggle as Curtis Sovereign rubs that outside wall, allowing Michael Boone, and he hit the wall again coming out of two. Michael Kurtz tapped him in the back end and pushed him down the back straightaway. These guys need to pit. Michael Kurtz is going around. Bubbles Sovereign is slowly working his way back, and Larry Stubblefield is coming with a passion. Colton Lanford is still holding that lead. Michael Boone is trying his best to get around Lanford to get back up onto the lead lap, or at least one lap back. So as they go across the restart zone, Colton Lanford is giving it up so that Michael Boone can go underneath him and be able to take back a lap. Even though he was 2 laps down, he's now just 1 lap down. And with that being said, Colton Lanford has got to be thinking about a pit strategy and getting new tires and getting new fuel. Or getting more fuel. And there's Larry Stubblefield in his rearview mirror. Is Colton Lanford going to allow for Larry Stubblefield to close up the distance and get his lap back before he goes into the pits? There's Larry on the inside. He's back on the lead lap. And Colton Lanford is still going around the track. He is not giving up yet and going into the pits as we look in the rear view. So Colton Lanford is still on the lead lap. Larry Stubblefield is back on the lead lap with Kenneth Pack in tow. Kenneth Pack is 1 lap down. He's working his way up through the field as well. Michael Kurtz is in second place, and they both have been running on the same set of tires since the stage break at first stage break. These guys have not pitted to get new tires. We're at lap 118, and the tire damage is starting to show as these guys drift up and rub the outside wall.
$25 hitting in this time.
Here you go. You hear them calling out the pit strategy. Michael Kurtz is right behind him Is he going to stay out a lap, or is he going in as well? Kurtz is on the way in. Is Bubbles. Bubbles stays out. Wow. And because Bubbles stayed out, that now puts Kenneth Pack back on the lead. Kenneth Pack is on the lead lap. Gregory Robinson's in second place. Bubbles has got to be wondering, can he hold it or not? He's still staying out. This is awful brazen of Curtis Sovereign to stay out on the lead lap, knowing Larry Stubblefield is only 22 seconds behind him, and the average pit time takes roughly from start to finish, all 4 tires and a full tank of gas, 35 to 45 seconds. Stubblefield is only behind Bubbles by 21.1 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 122 laps into this 200-lap race. Curtis SUV Bubbles Sovereign is our race leader at lap 122, with Gregory Robinson in second place, Larry Stubblefield in third place, and Larry Stubblefield is closing a gap of 19 seconds on Bubbles Sovereign, as Bubbles goes around again without pitting and getting fuel or tires. Larry Stubblefield has closed the distance to 18 seconds, and he is still trucking. Colton Lamford is now in 8th place, back out on the track, but he is down a lap. Tyrone Yo is 4 laps down. Justin Smith is 4 laps down as well. We're looking at Michael Kurtz as he catches up to Tommy Osborne. Michael Kurtz and Tommy Osborne are a lap down. They've got to get around Curtis Bubbles Sovereign to be able to get their lap back. And Curtis has got to start looking at his fuel management and tire wear. How much tire wear does he have left on those tires? And there goes Tommy Osborne. He skidded around just a little bit, loses a little bit of control in front of Michael Kurtz and Colton Lamford. Tommy gets control just in time to come back in front of Colton Lamford. But Colton's staying into the gas and moving around Tommy on the outside as they go into turn 3. Bubbles and Gregory Robinson are both going into the pits, and this puts Larry Stubblefield, the race leader. Larry Stubblefield has taken over the lead of the race. Kenneth Pack is now in 3rd place, moving to 2nd place. Let's see how they hold up. The tires are going on. The fuel tank is being filled. Will Curtis get out before? Nope, Justin Smith is out before him. Curtis is off and away, and Gregory Robinson is still in the pits. So Colton Lamford is now in 4th place, with Tommy Osborne in 5th place, trying to close the distance in on him. Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, Michael Kurtz, Colton Lamford, Tommy Osborne, Michael Boone, Curtis SUV Sovereign, and Gregory Robinson are the top 8 on the lead lap. No. I'm sorry to say, but Curtis and Gregory Robinson are not on the lead lap. They are 1 lap down. And Curtis loses it just a little bit, allowing James Nelson to go around him. James Nelson is still down a lap. There are 2 laps. So on the lead lap is Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, Michael Kurtz, Colton Lamford, Tommy Osborne. The top 5 are on the lead lap. Michael Boone is 1 lap down. Bubble Sovereign is 1 lap down. Gregory Robinson is 1 lap down. James Nelson is 2 laps down. Tyrone Yo is 3 laps down. And Justin Smith is 4 laps down. Bubbles is around Michael Boone to take over 6th place. He's got those fresher tires, but he skinned them up when he lost control there a second ago. So that's going to wear off some of them. We're 70 laps left of the race. At lap 130, it is Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, Michael Kurtz, and Colton Lamford, Tommy Osborne, Curtis Sovereign, or Bubbles, Michael Boone, Gregory Robinson, James Nelson. James Nelson came into tonight's race leading in the playoff points, but he is struggling to stay in the top 10. And he is at least 2 laps down as we look in on him trying to get around Justin Smith. Justin Smith is 4 laps down. This has been one interesting night.
I'm wore out.
You hear Michael Kurtz coming across the radio talking about he's struggling with driving tonight because his arms have got to be tired after all this left turns. For those at home, Kenneth Pack has got to win it to be able to advance to the Championship 4 next week. Colton Lamford has to finish where he's at from 5th or better to stay in the top 4. Larry Stubblefield has already won, so he is locked in for next week. Kenneth Pack will have to beat Larry Stubblefield to get into the top 4. James Nelson has got to pick his... James Nelson is on the cusp of being pushed out because of the points. It's hard to believe he would go from first to being knocked out because of a bad race. But Nelson is struggling tonight, being in 9th place. Tyrone Yo has got to win it. Gregory Robinson has got to finish in a top 5 position to stay in the top 5, or in the top 4. Right now, Gregory Robinson is on the cusp of being knocked out of the playoff. Curtis Sovereign, or Bubbles, has got to be able to win to get locked in for next week's playoff race, or championship race. So far, the only person who is guaranteed to be in next week's race is Larry Stubblefield. He's the only one guaranteed to be there in the championship race next week. As we watch Gregory Robinson move to the outside of Kenneth Pack. Robinson is moving around to try and gain back a position or a lap. Kenneth Pack is in 2nd place. Michael Kurtz is in 3rd place. Colton Lamford is in 4th place. Tommy Osborne in 5th place. Gregory Robinson's in 7th place. Curtis Sovereign in 6th place. But both of those individuals are 1 lap down. This has been interesting. A very interesting race. James Nelson gains back one of his lap down positions as he goes around Larry Stubblefield. He still has another lap to go before he'll be on the lead lap. We are 61 laps away from the conclusion of this race as we enter lap 139 of 200. It's been a pretty good race so far tonight. We've only had a couple of two major cautions come out, and they were in stage 2. So now 75 is moving around Tommy Osborne. He's on his way, trying to get back. We're going to see some of these drivers in the next 20 laps start to make a call for the next pit stop. So they can make 50 laps on a tank of gas. However, their tires could only go 35 to 40 laps. So within the next 20 laps, these drivers will be coming in to top off their tank one last time and get one last set of tires. They had 5 sets of tires going into this race. Most of the drivers have used between 2 to 3 sets, leaving them 2 sets to 3 sets still behind the wall. The pit strategy is, do I go in at lap 150, top off, get a full tank of gas and fresh tires, or do I go in and just top off the tank? We're going to see who's brazen and who's got it and who's playing with Lady Luck tonight. Larry Stubblefield is still the race leader as we look at Curtis Sovereign as he rubs that outside wall and earning another Darlington stripe tonight. Curtis Sovereign is 1 lap down behind Larry Stubblefield. Curtis is the first car 1 lap. No. Yes, Curtis Sovereign is the first car 1 lap down. Tommy Osborne, the number 5 car, is on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap. It's Larry Stubblefield, Kenneth Pack, Michael Kurtz, Colton Lambert, Curtis Bubbles Sovereign, Gregory Smokey Robinson, Michael Boone, James Nelson, Tyrone Yo, and Justin Smith. Justin Smith was on the cutting block to be knocked out of the race. Justin Smith may be out of the championship 4 next week. It's not his fault. He's just not had a very good night tonight. James Nelson could as well be knocked out of the race, going from the points leader to being knocked out of the championship 4 due to the fact he has not had a good race tonight either. Tyrone Yo could also be knocked out of the race, or the championship 4 as well. Kenneth Pack and Curtis Sovereign both have got to win it to be able to get enough points to make it to the championship 4. Colton Lamford and Gregory Robinson just need to finish within the top 5 to have enough points to make it to the championship 4. The only person not having to worry about anything for the championship 4 is Larry Stubblefield, the race winner, or race leader right now. We're at lap 148 of 200. Are some of these drivers going to push it and see if they can get an extra few laps in before they have to pit, or are they going to chance it and stop at one or pit at 150 and push their luck for the end of the race? We were figuring that they would be 3 pit stops between stage 2 and the end of the race. The 3 pit stops would be 2 for fuel and 1 for fuel and tires. Let's see how they work it out as they go in. Kenneth Pack is in the pits now, getting his first pit or second pit stop underway. Will he do the pit stop and fuel only? He pulls into the stall. The right sides are going up. He's getting right sides. Will he get the left sides as well? Left side goes up. He's got a full tank of gas. He's at lap 150. Here comes Larry Stubblefield, the race leader. He's driving down. Will he be able to go in and keep everybody off? Will he be able to go in, get the fuel he needs, and get all 4 sets of tires so that he can be able to get back out and get back up in front of everybody else? Michael Kurtz is now the race leader because of this decision. Colton Lamford is in second place. Will Colton Lamford and Michael Kurtz be coming into the pits? There's the right sides going on. There's the left sides. You know he's getting fuel. Tommy Osborne's entering the pits as well. Larry Stubblefield is on his way out. Michael Boone is in the pit. He came in with Larry Stubblefield. Tommy Osborne is in. Right sides are going on. Left side's going on. So let's take a look at Kurtz. It's Michael Kurtz and Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson, Curtis Sovereign. Now, both of these guys, or all these guys, stopped later, so they won't have to stop until roughly around 175 to get fuel and gas. Or get fuel and gas. Get fuel and tires. Curtis Sovereign would be the one who could push it to lap 180 before he has to get fuel and...
I'm wore out.
You hear Michael Kurtz talking about how he's worn out. This track is wearing him out. You see it as he drifts up the track and rubs that outside wall every time. But Kurtz has got the lead right now, and he is leading 26 seconds ahead of Larry Stubblefield, who is still on the lead lap. Larry Stubblefield is still on the lead lap. James Nelson is 1 lap down. Tommy Osborne is a lap down. Kenneth Pack is a lap down. So the top 5 is Michael Kurtz, Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson, Curtis Bubble Sovereign, and Larry Stubblefield. Larry Stubblefield is pushing as hard as he can to get around the track and get back up on the lead lap. And you watch Justin Smith as he loses it. He hit that outside wall. He came down in front of Michael Boone.
Thank you, Justin.
Boone was able to get around him safely. Justin Smith was able to whack that outside wall and drop to the inside of the track without causing any major catastrophe. Kenneth Pack passes Michael Boone for position 8. So
pitting in.
Michael Kurtz is now calling his pit strategy. He's attempting to slow down to go into the pits. Colton Lamford stays out on the track. Larry Stubblefield is ahead and able.
Jimmy just said competition in Michael Porter too.
So it's Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson.
I went a lap down on the first 2 laps. I'm happy just to bag it back.
Gregory Robinson is in second place. Curtis Sovereign is in third place. Larry Stubblefield is in fourth place, and he is trying his best to close the distance between himself and Curtis Sovereign. He is 2.2 seconds behind Curtis Sovereign. As Curtis is coming out of 4, Larry is halfway through 3. You see James Nelson getting past. Curtis Sovereign's trying to stay high and use as much of the track and get as much momentum as he can. Oh, James Nelson loses it in the backstretch. He's around. Will that bring out the caution? If it does, that's going to bring a lot. Nelson is stopped in the middle of the track. The caution has been brought out at lap 160. Now this is going to change the whole playing field. The caution is out. Colton Lamford is in the lead. Gregory Robinson is in second place. Bubbles is in third place. Larry Stubblefield is in fourth place. Michael Kurtz is in fifth place. And Tommy Osborne will be able to get back on the lead lap. Here's where that strategy of staying out as long as possible is coming into play. Larry Stubblefield does have tires, but he can go in, top off his fuel tank, and get a fresh set of tires and beat Colton Lamford out of the pits. Is he going to do it? Let's see if he does it. Gregory Robinson, Colton Lamford are both in the pits right now. Bubbles is in the pits as well. As Larry comes down, he's going into the pits also. Let's see how it works out for him. We're going to use the far chase to see if Colton Lamford can get out before Larry Stubblefield. Colton's getting the right side zone. Stubblefield is still 15 seconds back. There's Stubblefield. There goes Colton. Colton's able to get out and away before Larry even gets into his box. Larry Stubblefield's in second place. Gregory Robinson, he's got his tires going on. Stubblefield is out in the way. Michael Kurtz is still on the track. Bubbles is able to get away, and he's in third place. So Colton Lamford was able to get out before Michael Kurtz got around the track. Kurtz looks to be going to the pits himself now. So that'll move Curtis Sovereign. Sovereign will be moving up to second place. The waiver round should be coming for those drivers that did not pit. Larry Stubblefield is catching up to the rest of the field. Gregory Robinson as well. Tommy Osborne had went into the pits, got topped off, but he did not have to. He did it before. He did his pit stop before the caution came out. So Tommy Osborne is back on the lead lap. This is going to be interesting. How they rate this, I've got to see. My tracker is telling me. Hold on 1 second while I take a look. See who's. Osborne is being tracked at 1 lap down. So the drivers that stayed out on the track are Tyrone Yo, James Nelson, Justin Smith, and they should be getting the waiver round now. So here's the lineup. On the inside should be Colton Lanford, Curtis Sovereign to the outside, Gregory Robinson to the inside, Larry Stubblefield to the outside, Michael Kurtz to the inside. Tommy Osborne should be lining straight up behind everybody else on the inside. Michael Boone, Kenneth Pack, James Nelson, Justin Smith, Tyrone Yo should all be lining up behind each other on the inside. This is going to be an interesting restart. Let's crank her up and get her ready. Can Colton Lanford hold them off with 37 to go? Colton's got a good jump. Larry Stubblefield's got his going as well. Bubbles drops in right behind Colton, blocking Larry Stubblefield. Gregory Robinson lost position to Larry, and Larry was able to get around Gregory. Michael Kurtz is able to hold it all by himself back there in 5th place. Tommy Osborne's in a hurry to get back up there to his 6th place position. Kenneth Pack is back in the pack at 7th position, and he's a lap down, 2 laps down. We're watching Gregory Robinson trying to hold off Kenneth Pack, who's 2 laps down. Larry Stubblefield is trying to work his way back up to the 1st place position. Colton Lanford is trying his best to hold that 1st place position. Curtis Sovereign is trying to keep Larry Stubblefield back there behind him. 34 laps to go of the race. All these drivers have fresh set of tires and a full tank of gas, so unless a caution comes out, they should not be any more pit stops for the rest of the race. Curtis Sovereign's looking, and there goes Larry Stubblefield to the lower side of the track. That's got Curtis worried just a little bit. As we go look inside his cockpit, you see in that rear view mirror the till of the number 82 in Bubbles' car. Colton Lanford is leading this race, and in that side view mirror you can see Larry Stubblefield's helmet. And there it goes around. Who was that? Looked like the 27 went around. Not sure. I seen in a rear view mirror of Bubbles, it looked like somebody behind him crashed out. Wasn't Boone. Wasn't Nelson. It might have been Kenneth Pack. Let's go back and take a look at Kenneth Pack and see what caused to him. Because I seen in the rearview mirror of Curtis Sovereign somebody losing control in the corner. Kenneth Pack does lose control, hits the inside wall, and he holds on to it, so he's able to get back around to the pits. does not bring out a caution. 30 laps to go. Larry Stubblefield is in second place. He was able to get around Bubbles. Colton Lanford is the race leader, and he is doing everything he can to keep Larry Stubblefield off of him. We're going to go to a wider view so that we can be able to see the race leader and the distance between first and third. Colton Lanford got a little squirrely coming out of 2, going into the backstretch, going into 3. Colton's got it. He is doing everything he can to drive this car as fast as he can and hold on to that lead. But Larry Stubblefield has found a fire underneath his hamster, and he is closing that distance. The distance is only 0.5 seconds behind Colton Lanford. So he is making that hamster run as fast as possible. Colton Lanford has got his rubber band wound as tight as possible to get him around the track. But Stubblefield is finding every shortcut there is on this track. As you watch the distance close between Stubblefield and Lanford. Lanford is pushing with everything he's got, but Stubblefield is able to find wind and close the distance. He's right there, less than a car length behind Colton Lanford. As we go into the cockpit, Lanford is just looking in the rearview mirror, and all he sees is a Camaro right behind him, closing that distance. It's playing peekaboo in the rearview mirror and the side view mirror. As they go to the outside, Stubblefield's on the inside, pushing Lanford up against the wall. Lanford is trying his best to use the momentum he does in the drag race. He is still able to keep it up there. 25 laps to go. Lanford has still got the momentum. He is doing everything he can. It is side-by-side action going down into the backstretch. Lanford still able to hold off Stubblefield. Stubblefield is not trying to overdrive his car. Lanford is doing everything he can to hold him back, keep him back there behind him. James Nelson is now in the picture trying to get back up onto the lead lap. He's got to get around these two cars, though, to get onto the lead lap. Kenneth Pack is now several laps down. With 24 laps left of the race, side-by-side action going into turn 1 and 2. It looks like, turn 3 and 4, side-by-side. They are drag racing it, and now Larry Stubblefield has the race lead, barely. Nelson can't figure out who he wants to push, whether or not he's going to push Stubblefield or whether... Oh, Stubblefield gets swirling. He got sideways there. 23 laps to go. Lanford is now the race leader with Michael Kurtz in second place. Kurtz is following and using Nelson as a pull. Nelson is able to pull Michael Kurtz in front of Colton Lanford. Larry Stubblefield got squirrely and he lost control of the car in the backstretch. Now Michael Kurtz is the race leader with Colton Lanford in second place. Lanford has got to be enjoying this because he knows he's going to advance to the next race, the championship race, if he finishes in the top 5. Curtis SUV Sovereign Bubbles is in third place, but Bubbles is still back there away. He has to win this race to get into it, into the championship race next week. Larry Stubblefield is back on the track, and he is not happy with the way that happened. So he is going to be pushing everything he can to get back up there and get back into the lead. as we watch the leader, Michael Kurtz. James Nelson should be back on the lead lap. No, James Nelson is still 1 lap down. Jeez Louise. Ladies and gentlemen, my throat is dry and I am struggling on this 3-hour race that we've got going on, but it has been a nail-biter for the last couple of laps. We're 19 laps left of the race. Your race leader is Michael Kurtz in the number 14, followed by Colton Lanford in the number 25, followed by Bubbles Curtis Sovereign in the 54. Tommy Osborne is in 4th place in the number 1. Gregory Robinson is in 5th place in the number 3. So Curtis SUV Sovereign has got to win the race to advance to the Final 4. Larry Stubblefield is already locked in to the championship race. He is in 6th place, and we watched him. I don't know if it was netcode or not, but between him and Colton Lanford and Larry Stubblefield got into it just a second ago. We'll take a quick look from the chase cam and see exactly what happened between Colton Lanford and Larry Stubblefield with this. You see, Colton Lanford is on the outside. Larry Stubblefield is to the inside. As they go into the corner, they're almost side by side. Lanford drifts down just a little bit, takes the wind off of him, and sends Larry Stubblefield around. So that... Now Colton Lanford has crashed. Let's take a look, see what happened. Colton Lanford goes around, he brings out the oh, he crashed in the infield. Does not bring out the caution. Let's go back to the live play. 15 laps left of the race. Lap 184. 16 laps left of the race. Colton Lanford wrecks out and is now in 6th place. So Michael Kurtz, Tommy Osborne, Larry Stubblefield, Curtis SUV Sovereign, Gregory Robinson, and Colton Lanford. Colton is struggling with that car. So we're back on to the leaders. I said leader. Michael Kurtz has the lead by 6 seconds as he's pulling away from Tommy Osborne. Tommy Osborne is doing his best to come in second. Larry Stubblefield will be in 2nd place because he just moved around Tommy Osborne. The two teammates are working with each other to try and get Larry Stubblefield to the end of the race and get him into 1st place. You know Colton Lanford is not happy, and the Lanford Nation is not going to be happy because now Colton Lanford could be knocked out of the Final 4. Kenneth Pack, unfortunately, has been eliminated from the Final 4. James Nelson is still up there. He could finish with the points now to be able to continue in the Final 4. It was James Nelson, Larry Stubblefield, Colton Lanford, and Gregory Robinson. They were the top 4 going into this race. Coming out of it, though, there's no telling who's going to be able to pull it off. Larry Stubblefield will automatically advance to the Final 4 because he won last week. And we're watching as Michael Kurtz is slowly getting caught by Larry Stubblefield with 11 laps of the race to go. I seem to be having a little bit of a network connection. I'm sorry, folks. I don't know what's going on. It might be dragging just a little bit. But I am calling it as fast as I can without giving away too much, or without losing too much, should I say. Not giving away. We're 10 laps to go. Michael Kurtz is your race leader. Larry Stubblefield's there in second place, 4.4 seconds behind him. Tommy Osborne's 5 seconds back, or correction, 6.4 seconds behind Michael Kurtz. Gregory Robinson is a whopping 9 seconds behind him, and Curtis SUV Sovereign is 5 seconds back. Sovereign has got to win the race to advance to the final four. Larry Stubblefield has already locked in his championship position in the final four. It is between Gregory Robinson and Colton Lamford to stay. Colton Lamford, Gregory Robinson, and James Nelson are fighting it out to stay in the top four. Justin Smith is knocked out of the final four. Tyrone Yo has been knocked out of the final four, and so has Kenneth Pack. Curtis Bubble Sovereign is the only one that is fighting to knock the rest of them out. And he is fighting with everything he's got. He's got to win to make it in. We're going to see how he does. I believe with the way that James Nelson has been driving and the fact that 3 other drivers were knocked out, that if Curtis SUV Sovereign finishes in the top 5, he could possibly score his way in. Gregory Robinson and Colton Lamford would be able to score their way in. James Nelson is on that cutting block because of a poor showing tonight. It's not poor driving, it's poor showing. The difference being that he is struggling at this course tonight. We're 5 laps to go, watching Michael Kurtz, and you can see as we're watching Michael Kurtz, there is Larry Stubblefield trying to close the distance of 2.24 seconds. As he crosses the start-finish line, Larry Stubblefield is 2.19 seconds back with 4 laps to go from Michael Kurtz. Kurtz is doing everything he can to keep these last 4 laps going. He's trying to stay close to the wall, but not right against the wall, as he makes it 3 laps to go. You see Larry Stubblefield back there. He's closing the distance of 1.3, 1.25, 1.2 seconds back. Kurtz is using everything he can to shorten this track and also get as much speed with 2 laps left to go of the race. Stubblefield is doing everything he can to close the distance. He's holding at 1.2, now 1.20. He's up to 1.9, 1.0 seconds. Stubblefield is doing everything he can. We're almost to the final, the white flag. Can he take the white flag? The final lap is there. Kurtz is holding on to the lead. Let's see how they do. Kurtz gets into the wall just a little bit in 1. Will that hinder it? He's holding down the throttle, though. He's able to maintain the control. Stubblefield is trying his best to come around. Stubblefield's closing the gap. It's going to be. Kurtz is in the lead. He better not let up off of the gas. He's holding it down, and Kurtz wins the race. Stubblefield second place. Osborne third. Robinson in fourth place. Bubbles Reverend is in fifth place. Colt Lanford is in sixth. James Nelson seventh. Michael Boone in eighth place. Justin Smith, 9th place. Tyrone Yo, 10th place. Kenneth Peck, 11th place. Ben Campbell in 12th place.
I
and
wore the
Brandon
fuck
Ferrier
out.
in 13th place. As you hear Michael Kurtz talking about how worn out he is. He has won it, ladies and gentlemen, with that race. His arms have got to be burning like crazy. We'll go down and talk to the drivers now as you watch him do his burnout.
Yeah, Larry.
See you, buddy.
Have a good one, Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
Good win.
Michael Kurtz.
He's not in here.
He's not.
He's not talking if he is in here.
He's not loud enough.
Hey, Curtis, man, you gotta get on Discord. You got an interview, bud.
Yeah, something's going on with it.
Oh yeah, he's in Discord. He's in the chat, but we just can't hear him.
Oh, y'all can't hear him?
No.
He's not transmitting.
Is he M?
M. Kurdzalek.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There he is.
There he
Hey,
is.
I'm here.
So, Mr. Kurtz, how are you feeling?
Oh my goodness. Oh my, I wore the crap out.
I can
Hey, hey, Kurtz, you're out.
I'm out.
Yeah, you're done. It's over.
You boot me?
That's it.
I'm gonna tell you what. Dega was one thing, but the win at this fucking track, or even another mile and a half, I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
Oh, you're in that one. That was a good win, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, I burned my fucking fast repair on lap 2.
I still had mine. It didn't help me too much.
But I thought Larry was gonna get me, man. I had no tires the last 5 laps.
You know, Larry was a lap down.
No, Larry was not a lap down. Larry was seconds down.
Yeah, Larry was
really? Because he was showing up red on my thing.
You were a lap down.
Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah, you're right.
You were laps down, and that's
If Larry was a lap down, I wouldn't have been sweating it so bad.
My bad. I read that wrong.
Kurtz pulled it off by 0.33 seconds. That's how big of a gap there was between Larry and Kurtz. And Kurtz almost lost it coming out of 2 in that last lap. You want to talk us through it and what I saw?
Oh, man, I had no tires. I was sweating it. I was paying attention to that, how many seconds he was behind me, and I was just hoping and praying I could just pull it out. And I got lucky.
Yeah, because you fishtailed it there, and he went from 1.3 or 1.5, it was like 1.1 second behind you to 0.9 seconds in that coming out of 2. And then that last lap, or as you was coming out of 3, he was at 0.33 seconds right behind you.
Yeah, he was on me. He was on me. I capitalized on him and Colton's thing, and I figured they'd get me.
Tommy was lap 53. Lap 53? Yeah.
What happened at lap 53?
Oh, I got loose coming off the corner, and I thought Tommy was going to go high, but he went low, and we collected. Yep. Wasn't nothing.
Wasn't too serious then. So, Colton.
Yeah, what up?
You were doing pretty good there yourself until lap 184. You want to talk us through what happened there?
Yeah, just got on the gas a little too early. Tried to save it, and I hooked it. But no, other than that, why are you slandering me, Mark?
I'm not slandering you.
I was 7 points ahead of Smokey coming into this race. I finished 2 places ahead of him in stage 1, 1 place ahead of him in stage 2, and only 2 places behind him in stage 3.
I wasn't slandering you. I was saying y'all were struggling to stay in the top 4 because Larry has it locked in. However, Curtis was leading you, and Curtis
Curtis needed to win.
He needed to win to get in, but
I still would have been fine though.
yeah, well, if James,
even if James won today, he the point standings wouldn't have changed.
I think
so. It would have been Larry, James, me, and Smokey.
Well, the points is going to be interesting because James lost a lot of points in this one.
Yeah, but he had like 25 points on me. So
yeah,
he's good. He's good. Especially since I had a 21-point cushion on Justin.
Well, you had to look at the stage break too. So James won stage 1, but
James is good.
Finished second in stage 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the final 4 for next week, the championship should be James, Larry, Colton, and Gregory. Is that right?
Should be.
Yeah, it should be.
Curtis number 1.
Curtis.
I was trying to help Curtis, but he got us all out of sorts coming up to that. Oh, there's Curtis. Freaking little. Hey. Huh?
Where did James go?
He's up in general.
I didn't even touch him.
He's like, I didn't even touch him. I had nothing
No,
to
and
do with it.
I didn't think I did. I came close, and then I tucked in behind him. And when I did, he went right around.
Well, yeah, like if you, I just watched what happened between me and Larry, and I didn't touch him. It was like the air off.
No, you guys didn't touch.
They didn't. It is either net code or you sucked the wind off of him because I went back to validate what happened, and I knew Larry wouldn't be happy with that outcome. So.
Oh, me neither. I felt terrible. He made me feel like I was the one that did it. Like, I thought I touched him.
Just coming out of the corner, though, man. That's a tight thing to do, to come out of a corner like that.
Well, yeah. I was, like, trying to keep off the wall. I was trying to keep off of Larry. I was between the rock and a hard place.
Well, you did. You guys didn't touch. From my point of view, you didn't touch. You both just lost speed.
I think we netcoded, to be honest with you. If you look, he shoots to the right.
What lap is that?
That's 159.
59.
And I don't touch him.
I'm sweating out the last.
Well, that's about the second time he's lost control or wrecked, and since he's been in here.
Yeah. So it's not like he I don't want to say he's struggling, because he ain't. But he was having a rough go with this one. And if y'all were side by side most of the lap, and it just, as you come out of the corner, it just takes the wind off of him. So there's a good distance. I just watched the replay of it. So it just, I hate to say it, but it's hard racing. So that's pretty much all that you can call it.
Well, I feel sorry. I feel sorry for all you and the other 3 next weekend, because I bet he's pissed.
Oh yeah.
Larry or James?
Larry.
I'm going to say Larry.
Probably James too, but Larry, I'd say Larry's just going to dominate.
This is the second night in a row he's gotten beat.
He got beat last night?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, if we had another lap, he would have stopped me.
James beat him and Daniel.
And the trucks?
I think he pushed. I think he pushed James. He didn't. Hey, he let his buddy win before him last night.
Okay.
He pushed him, because I went back and watched the race because I wanted to see how I messed up, and he pushed him.
Okay.
A win's a win.
Yeah, it is. That's 2, baby. I think I got 2 in like 4 races.
Who's ready for next week at Homestead?
Not yet, but I will be.
Who wants me to fill in for their playoff bracket? Their driver.
I don't think you're going to get to do that one.
No.
You may want to, but I don't think you're going to get to.
No, I started too late, but that's okay. I'll get my next time next season.
Yeah. You'll be able to next season, but not this one.
All right, boys. Well,
he's not going to next season.
Yeah, man,
he's gone.
Oh, gone.
I stayed a lap down most of the night.
It was a fun race, all in all. And we'll see y'all. I'll see Curtis and Boone Monday.
I'll see the rest of y'all Sunday.
Don't worry about it.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Y'all have a good one.
Does anyone want a spotter Monday night?
I think you can spot for Curtis this time.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. I'm already spotting for you on Wednesday.
That's fine.
I'll take Tyrone or Tommy, whoever's not busy.
All right, guys. I'm going to let you know.
No, I'm in another league. I've got a race Monday night. Actually, about every night next week. I've got one tomorrow night. Truck race at Dover.
Well, y'all had that.
What Saturday leg you're in, and you didn't invite us?
I've been telling you all about it.
Oh, I don't listen to you.
There's 0 fast repairs.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah.
Did they just start, or y'all in the playoffs?
I think that they're, I want to say this is about the 3rd or 4th race. Something like that.
Okay.
Good.
The dude that runs it, he's a vet.
Is he?
Yeah, he's an Army vet.
I want to join.
I'll give you his name.
Oh yeah, should be good. Awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I backed out of that. Going to go ahead and start ending tonight's stream and everything. Hopefully y'all had a good time, had a good race, got to see a good race and everything. I appreciate y'all coming out. Looking forward to hearing from everybody and hopefully get to see y'all next week as we crown the champion for the Quick Finishers Racing League. Let's see who it will be. Will it be James Nelson, Larry Stubblefield, Colton Lamford, or Gregory Robinson? So, I'm your host, Mark Mudslide Hollifield, bringing you Mudslide Media, also the Quick Finishers Racing League, brought to you by Curtis Sovereign, James Nelson, and Jamie Mullins. Hopefully, we will see y'all next week at the final, I don't know how to talk, at the final race at Homestead. So, and we'll see, hopefully we will we will have our first Quick Finisher Racing League Cup Series champion next week. I look forward to seeing y'all then. Everybody have a good one.